having that full stack control of owning every level of it, there's really isn't anything we can't do. But our view is that that's, the server is the prerequisite. You can't have these kind of games, be playable by the community at large if you don't have the servers and you don't have the community running the servers and maintaining them. So that ownership of the server as its own product, so to speak, right, from the company's point of view, as a responsibility and a requirement to have to a high standard, just as you do with the client side of the game that's consumer facing, is just as important. So when you look at it from that perspective, the hosting is critical, because that is the underlying driver of experience. If you are on a bad server that has, low server performance, if you have high ping, if the server is getting DDoSed, if you have, a hard time for communities to administrate them, or a hard time for them to run events, or any of the ideas that they have, it really cuts against the long-term goal of having a stable and healthy community for a game. So when we look at it from that front, and we look at some of the other hosts that are around, obviously we wouldn't be in the hosting space if we felt that someone else was filling that need. So when we look at AWN and its connection, it is the natural spot for us to go with Bellum to handle all of the hosting. And I'll say we really think there's going to be a separation between the AWN relationship and the Bellum relationship as far as, the community and customers. We really think that relationship should just all be held within Bellum and in-house. And then the reason for that is, if you have, server crashes or bugs, or if the community has a hard time like admitting the server, anything that's support end there, or even, performance, right? That all of that should be handled by the studio, because really it's the studio that has to fix a lot of those issues primarily. If there's server crashes or other issues, that has to get reported there. So that way the developers and our team have a better insight of what's going on. Then the second level of that, it enables us, because we own the hosting company and we own the servers, and we have full control over the infrastructure and the network and, the hardware itself, that if there is a problem and there is a bug, the developers can actually then go right onto the bare metal that's running the servers and get a better idea of what's going on and figuring it out for debugging. So from a QA standpoint, it makes everything all around a better product, because you can marry the two together and really put that responsibility onto us to ensure that the whole, player experience from the onset to when they're playing in the game is completely our responsibility to handle. And that's how we look at it.